Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to Soul Purpose Leaders interview. Today, I have an amazing speaker, and she is one of a kind. She's a queen. Okay, her name is Joan Bailey and has a couple of business. She also like to do nice things, event business, and also we love health and well-being, health event business. Joan is a creator of the Queen's Walking Group based in Southeast East London. They have moved from physical walking to Zooming on Saturday morning. Check out the YouTube channel. I will post that into the description. And also you'll see the past episodes in the Queen's 2020 lockdown series. It's amazing. You should check that out as well. Joan and co are on the mission to get our Black community healthy way of life. I love that. Joan, welcome. Join us to this
Good
amazing
morning.
platform.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for having me. Yes, I'm so excited.
Me
When it comes to
too.
spreading the good message about health in our community, I am a trailblazer. Oh, yes.
Oh, yes, I can see it, I can feel it, and I can taste it too. So, thank you for being here today because you know what, guys, this is amazing woman, amazing queen. Okay, and tell us, Joan, where did all this started?
Well, this all started, last year, this time, we were kind of like, living our own lives, doing the things we like doing. And then we saw across in Europe, etc., the panic, the horror, talking about the death. And we were here in the UK still trotting along, doing our own thing, not locking the borders, not probably taking it as seriously as they should have done. And for myself, I was still going to work and living my life. And then as things kind of like began to escalate, I was going to work, doing the crazy shopping like everybody else. I don't have a toilet roll mountain in my house. I never could understand that. All these people buying all these heaps of toilet rolls. It was crazy. But it was such a surreal time. And I think for me, the real kind of like nail in the coffin, so to speak, was when the gyms shut. So my life was go to work, come back, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm off to the gym and I'm a spinner. So I'm on the bike and I'm spinning to my reggae, my ragga, my soca, my R&B. I'm having such a fun time. So I'm spinning away Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday mornings. And then I go and do a little workout session in the gym. So that was like my set program just to keep myself healthy and fit and keep myself well. And then when they said the gyms were going to shut, when the school shut and everything else shut, I thought, oh my God, this thing is really serious. We're really in a pandemic here. It's crazy. So what I did, I used to walk at night, still trying to, because I think, what could I do to keep myself healthy and fit? And then I've got a smart TV, so I downloaded all the apps. So I was in my living room doing Les Mills boxing and, doing the yoga poses. And I thought it was just so boring, because there's no motivations. Nobody there to say, well, come on, Joan, do 10 more. Come on, Joan, do this. So I thought, oh, this is just not me at all. And one morning I woke up really early and I thought, right, let me see if I can get a little walk in and then go to work. So bingo, that worked for me. So I started to walk in the mornings, early morning. And then one of my primary school friends, she called me and said, Joan, I've got blood pressure. I need to get fit. What can I do? Because I used to bump into her and say to her, you need to come to the gym, you need to do this, but people don't listen. So you just kind of like let them, get on with their own lives and you sort of get on with yours. So I said, well, you can come. So she came out with me and we did, a few little walks, around the local area. And I would speak to her about health and well-being, so we did like water days. We did days where, you know, we had green days, just eating like, you know, lots of salad, and, you know, we did like step challenges. So, you know, to get 10,000 steps in over 3 days. We did little mini fasts. We did lots of different things, and just talking to her about her health and well-being. You know, so for example, when you go to the petrol station, you do not need that bag of chocolate peanuts. It is not necessary. Yes. And it's just get people to change their mindset. So we did that. And then as I was out walking, I would see other ladies walking, and I'd see like the odd lady walking. So you might see her one day, then you don't see her again, and you might see her a few days' time. And then you'd see like the groups of 2 and 3 walking, then you don't see them, then you do see them. And then what was going on there was like the odd lady now, because this is a new thing we're going into. You know, we're working from home, which I love. Yeah, working from home, and it was really a case of, oh gosh, you know, they're bored, they're not motivated, they're not stimulated, they just in a way want to get out the house, so to speak. Then you've got the groups 2 and 3, like I said before. So with the groups now, there's always a leader. So when the leader says, I can't go today, nobody goes. So the whole thing just crumbles. So we had that going on. Then talking to my friends, so we're sort of like around April, May time. So I'm loving working from home in my garden with the laptop, you know, and I can just kind of like juggle and do a few things in between. I can like put, you know, I could clean my cooker, put the washing on, put the washing out, do a bit more work. I was just juggling, having such a blast. And talking to my friends now, they were in a good place. So I spoke to one friend, and she said to me, you know, Joan, I'm just so fed up. You know, I can't wait to get back to work. I thought, get back to work? Why do you want to get back to work? Why do you want to go on the smelly bus or the smelly tram or train? Why do you want to go to deal with all these people? What? I mean, home is lovely. Working from home is fine. But for others, it wasn't. I had one friend who said to me, Joan, I was working at home and I could feel the walls were coming in on me. So obviously, even back then, so last kind of like April, May time, psychologically, people's mental health were being affected that early on into the pandemic. So with all that, I thought, oh, I don't know what's wrong with you lot. Working from home is fine. I love it. What's wrong with you guys? So I thought, right, let's stop cut all this nonsense. And then I'm quite a spiritual person. So I said, you know, I kept hearing his voice, Joan, start a walking group. And I thought, start a walking group? Joan, start a walking group. And this went on for weeks. And then listening to my friends and other sort of like factors, I thought, right, let's see who wants. I said, all I'm doing is walking. Let's see who wants to come. And Barke, when I said I had 35 people contact me, I thought, oh my God, what's going on? I'm only walking. What's going on? So I thought, okay, if it's so many of you that want to come, let's do this properly. And then I thought, we can't just walk because walking's kind of boring. We can walk and we can do some other bits. So I said, right, Mary, come. So I've got friends who are trainers. So I said, right, we're gonna walk somewhere. So this is all up in my head. Whether it'll work, I don't know. So I said, we're gonna walk and then we're gonna do a bit of exercise. So when we got to the park now, and I said, right, come on, ladies, we're gonna do a bit of stretching. And oh, what? We're going to do exercise? I said, yes, because a lot of you have been eating the fridge. Yes, a lot of you have been eating the fridge. You need to get moving. Yes, and kind of like, you know, get your energy levels back. And they did it. And the model worked. Okay. So we did that for 6 weeks, 10,000 steps. That was a challenge. And when we got to around, I think it was around the end of June, first week in June, I thought, well, that's it now, finished now. You know, you can go back and do it. Oh, Joe, we don't want you to stop. We don't want you to stop. We love our walking. What are we going to do on a Saturday morning? I thought, oh my God. I said, you know, we're in a pandemic. You know, what's going on here? I said, all right, I said, right, let's go for another 6 weeks and see how we get on. So we did that. It was 15,000 steps. And then when we got to a part, we'd line dance 1 week, and then on another week we do our legs, bums and tums. So we alternated. Then I brought speakers in. So I've got friends, you know, in different fields. I've got like a friend who's a coach. I've got a friend who sells essential oils. I've got a friend who's a red coat public speaker. I've got a friend who's a nutritionist. So she came and spoke about water, diet, health, etc. And yeah, so we did that. And then when we got to October, it was the Queen's 20,000 step challenge, walking again. But then by the time we got to the end of October, when they were really lock us down now. And the government said only one person could meet with another person to walk and exercise. We had to stop. So this threw me into a new world now. So I had to learn how to Zoom. So I've been zooming every week. I've been zooming. I had to learn to zoom pretty quick. So yeah, so that's how the whole kind of concept of the Queen's Walking Group has kind of like mushroomed. Yeah,
Wow, that is
yeah,
amazing. And oh my
yes,
goodness, you actually touched in different places now. And if
yeah.
we can go back to, have you always been this kind of person who loves to exercise, who loves to be healthy?
Oh yeah, yeah. I've always done stuff. So I mean, gosh, what haven't I done? I used to do boxercise. I did that for, my God, over 10 years. And that was a wonderful group of us. Yes, we did boxercise, and that in itself threw me into going to fitness events. So I
Wow.
went to a lot of fitness events, here and abroad as well. We'd go on hot fitness holidays abroad, which were fantastic. Um, when we stopped the boxercise, I started doing, that's when I got into doing the spinning. I used to salsa dance. And the thing is, you see, to keep health and fit, it's not always about joining a gym. There's other things you can do. So for me, salsa dancing, I lost loads of weight salsa because, you've got to wind your waist, and the music, it was just fantastic. So I did that for quite a few years. But yeah, I've always done stuff, and there's always something. If you want to, get yourself healthy and fit, it's not about, I've got to join the gym. Yeah. Do something that, fits in with your lifestyle. So
Ex-
it might be walking,
Mhm.
it might be, doing a 15-20 minute workout via YouTube. You know, exercise is not torture. Yeah, I say that all the time. Exercise is not torture. Exercise is fun. Yeah. So what we do, we make it fun. It's like with the walking, it's not about, power walking, I can walk faster than you. It's not about that. It's about building resilience. It's about strengthening your body. It's about even the chatting. Because often I'll say to them, come on, ladies, let's talk and more walking. Yes, because they're so busy, but they don't even realize they've done 10,000 steps, they've done 15,000 steps, they've done 20,000 steps. Sometimes we do 25,000 steps. Yeah, they don't realize. All because exercise is not torture, exercise is fun, and we have fun. Yeah.
Exactly. And this is where a lot of people don't realize that exercising can be fun. And
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
the way you done it though, it's remarkable because you actually showed it in a way that this is a factual, this is what's happening.
Yeah,
Join this, the Queen's Walking, the group, and really see the difference in yourself. You
yeah,
made it very easy for women to
yeah,
actually take on their health and take on
absolutely.
themselves,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
where you also touch about mental, what I mean, the mindset,
yeah.
you made it into, even though I believe that the lockdown pushed you to become to this way, but
Well, I had to do something. I know for me,
hmm,
I couldn't be a year on and just having this kind of sedentary lifestyle. That's not me, you know, because, I've got my own health implications. I've got blood pressure. So it's even more important to get my heart rate up, keep myself active, and keep looking young and sexy and good
oh yes, yes,
for the
yes,
state of
yes.
mind. Yeah.
Yes.
And remember, we're all 50 plus. A lot of us in our group, we're 50 plus.
Wow, okay,
Yeah.
this is amazing. But even though there are people who are younger and they have this underlying issues, especially health issues, and what you're doing is giving that understanding that you don't have to look at your health as a chore. You don't
Yeah.
have to look at your health as a something like a scientific. You have to dissect it and you have to do all this experimenting and all these things. You don't have to do any of that. You
Yeah.
showed
It's
us.
about it's about being inclusive, you know. So I've got, you know, there's no, you know, I mean, I've been on my walk already this morning. So I've done about, what have I done? I've done 13,000, nearly 14,000 steps already.
Wow.
And it's not about body beautiful. It's
Mm,
not about, like I said, power walking, you know, because what I've watched with some of the ladies, they've come out and they've walked and they were so slow, because this is years upon years of sedentary lifestyle,
mm,
not moving, and all the sort of like factors around aging. Yeah. But as they've walked, they've become more confident. They've become stronger. Yeah. They've become quicker. Yeah. And they'll say to me, "Oh, Joan, look at me. You know, I'm up here with you." And I think that's fantastic. Yeah. Because you don't want women to, it's not about being in fear. And there is that fear element where people are scared to come because they're thinking, "Oh, I'm not slim enough. I don't look good in my leggings." Or it's not about that. It's not about that. Once you've got it in your head that I can, I want, that's half the battle. Half of the battle is I can't be bothered now. I'm too old. Or no, 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 no. We're like a family, you know, and all are welcome. All are
exactly.
welcome.
But also the way you put it, okay, you, this is the obstacle we need to stand up to, saying that you're never too old. You're
No,
never
we're not.
too,
No,
you're never to say that it's too late. It's never too late.
no, no,
As
it's never
long
too
as you've
late.
got a heart that is beating, as long
That's
as
right.
your body can be able to get up and walk, even
Yeah,
in a slow walking, like you said, there are people who
yeah,
started very slow and
yeah,
now they see themselves grow within. But also you also share that this is a community. This is a
absolutely.
place of family because the
Absolutely.
connection you build, it
Yeah.
goes beyond that.
Yeah.
Can you
Yeah.
tell us a bit more of the group where it started to where it is now, and the way people see themselves?
Wow. Well, where the group is now. So we've been, like I said, we've been zooming. So there are about, I think, 80 to 90 ladies. I've got a WhatsApp group. So they still talk in there, they still meet up, they still connect. And what has been so powerful about this group, and I was talking to somebody, I think it was this week. So when we were growing up as children, so I originally come from Brockley in Southeast London. So we're like first generation Caribbean. So when our parents came to the UK now and bought their houses, yeah, it was a case of, especially back then, where, you know, you got the height of racism, you know, and it was, they had to form their friendships. So coming as my immigrants into the country, setting up themselves, you know, bringing up their families. So what would happen is, like, you know, like my family would live on one road, but my parents knew all the other families, because that's how they got their strength. Yeah, that's how they got their strength. So, like, my parents knew the people on Wickham Road, Upper Brockley Road, you know, Charles Road. So people who know Brockley.
Mm,
And then we as kids knew each other. And what's been so powerful and profound about the group, so the group is based in Southeast London. So most people come from like Catford, Bromley, Lewisham, the surrounding areas.
mm,
And what's been so powerful is that we've lived in these areas and never knew each other. And yet they were just a few roads away, or maybe the next road to where you live, but you've never seen these people.
mhm,
Yeah. So that's where we as a Black community now, this generation, have broken down. So
mm,
that's been one of the really powerful things about the group. Yeah. So for us, you know, it's about community.
mm,
It really is. So it's been fantastic, whereby even now, even one lady on the group, she said to me, "Joan, I rang so and so this morning because my mind was running on her. And this is how we need to be. It's because we're in a pandemic, we have to be in a way wrapping our arms around this virtual community that's out there, loving each other, thinking about each other, having that care and compassion for each other. So that's with the group. So because we've had to move to Zoom now. So when I moved to Zoom, it's really just for the queens in the walking group. And that's why I do it at 8 o'clock in the morning, because we would normally be walking on a Saturday morning.
Okay.
So I set that time because it's just what we would do. And I wanted to still keep them engaged because we couldn't physically walk.
Yeah.
So with that in mind now, I thought, right, we'll just Zoom for us queens. And then I was getting calls from the queens. So when I did the first Zoom, which was called Queens Black Hair Rocks, and, Joan, can I tell my sister? Because this is really good. I said, it's okay, tell your sister. Another call, Joan, can I tell my friend? They want to come on the Zoom. I said, okay, no problem. Because I said, I haven't got like 300 people in my house. It's on Zoom. So when we did the Zoom now, I think the first Zoom we had about 300 and something. I thought, my God, where's all these people coming from? But because I do topics that are pertinent to our community, so what it's like, especially us as Black with our hair,
Yes.
where we could go to the hairdressers every week and get washed and blow dry and relaxed and twisted if you've got locks and all the rest of it. Now it's home jobs, and the amount of women who cannot manage their hair now, because of the lockdown. So that was a fantastic session. They could ask questions. I've got locks. What do I do if I've got locks? I've got alopecia. I've got my hairline has gone. All these different things. They were in a safe space within our community to ask those questions.
Wow.
So as I said, we Zoom every week, and it was meant to be just for the queens, but it's gone pan UK and outside. So there's sort of repercussions from that now. There are people who want to do queens walking groups in Birmingham, Manchester, East London, Croydon, Luton, and I forgot where the other place is. So, I'm quite humbled, really. I'm quite humbled that people want to come on board and they want to, do the Queen stuff. I'm getting pulled in lots of different directions because the spin-off, and then, having to learn Zooming. And I often say, with the Zooming, my first Zoom, Queen's Black Hair Rocks, don't laugh. We had so many technical problems. There was me, and there's one point when the screen went black. And I'm thinking, oh God, where's all the people gone? I can't see anything. And I'm doing this thinking, what's happened? And then you see me pull the laptop down. You can see my chest. You can see my belly. I'm walking through my living room thinking, not realize it's still recorded. It was crazy. But I said, I said, oh, well, this is real life, isn't it? So it was either a case, that was my learning.
Yeah.
And I've had to learn how to do YouTube. I didn't know anything about YouTube, but we've got a YouTube channel now. It's got loads of Zooms on there. So for me, when I say 2020 has been an absolutely fantastic year for me, it has, because you've got to take the positives out of life.
Yeah.
I could sit here and say, oh God, we're in a pandemic, and the pandemic's really, we can't do this. Is that going to change anything?
Nope.
No, it's not. It's not. So you've got all these good ideas, don't take it to the grave. If you're good at sewing or cooking or baking or art, Zoom is more or less free for 40 minutes. Do something, share what you do with others. Exactly. So I'm just sharing what I do with others.
And it's growing. This is the big thing.
Yes,
it's growing.
That's
it keeps
me.
growing. So, wow, Joan, you're amazing. You're a fantastic woman. And what you're doing is one of a kind that we need out there in the world. And what you've done and what you've shared so far is that I didn't know anything about this. I tried it. I went further. I actually started Zoom, and was a mess, but I didn't stop there. I didn't get scared and hide away. I
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
tried again. And then I went and learned new thing about YouTube, and where here I am sharing these
yeah,
messages and these things
yeah,
that people need to hear it, because I was in your platform, okay, and as a speaker, and
yeah,
actually seeing the way people come together and really touching people's hearts and saying and
yeah,
sharing the stories and sharing these topics that people really needed. Now,
yeah,
John,
absolutely.
I want to ask you,
Yes.
is this your job? Is this like, is it getting, are you getting paid for this?
Oh, not a penny, not a penny. But I've got a day job, and but the thing is, what I say is, those that can should, and
Yes.
if you can do,
Hmm.
So, and people say, oh, you should, there should be something monetary. Do you know something? We're in a pandemic. Our community, especially our Black community, we are in a crisis, and we can and the data is out there to show how many of our brothers, our sisters, our kings and queens that we have lost in this pandemic. So I've got this platform, and there's things within the Black community that we cannot resolve. We don't have all the answers, but I know we've got our professionals out there, and that's why we have different topics. So, we had that phenomenal session on domestic violence. Oh gosh, the amount of stuff that's come out of that now for me to do. That we've had sessions on hair, we've had sessions on mental health, we've had sessions on diet and lifestyle, and all things, even though we've got the statutory and voluntary bodies out there delivering these key messages, we in our community, we can do things as well to shift the narrative and put the information out there. And information is power. And once people know, they can make whatever lifestyle choice adjustments that need to happen.
Yes.
So I mean, for example, one of the spin-offs from what we did with the when we had to talk about diet and lifestyle. So we've created an intermittent fasting group. So we had 60 ladies, one man who was in the challenge in March. But one guy, he lost nearly 2 stones. Yeah. And the meeting, I've just had a meeting before coming on this session, and one lady who started on the 1st of March, she's lost nearly a stone in weight.
Wow.
Yeah. Obesity is a thing that really affects our community because it's linked to diabetes, it's linked to high blood pressure, heart disease, etc.
Mm.
So if anybody wants to, come on the intermittent fasting challenge with us, please get in touch. Yeah, because we're going to do one in May. We're not going to do one in April. And
Okay.
it's all about, we just want to get people healthy and strong. And it's not a diet.
Mm.
Yeah, it's not a diet. It's just understanding the food. Because remember, the foods that we're eating in this country are not indigenous to us.
Mm.
So freezer food is not indigenous to us.
Mhm.
Packet food is not indigenous to us. If we were in Africa now, yeah, and even in the Caribbean, we would be eating from the tree or
Yes,
eating from the ground.
exactly.
Yeah, we wouldn't be eating all, white rice, white flour, all anything white is not good for you. Yeah, we'd be eating more fruit, more leafy greens. Maybe a little bit of meat, because remember, in some, meat is a luxury in some cultures.
Mhm.
So it's really just understanding your circadian, your rhythm, how you should be eating. So I eat once a day. Um, I'll break my fast at 12 o'clock or maybe just after with a vegetable juice. And if you once you get into that rhythm, understanding how you should be eating and what you should be drinking, it's like a revolution. So when
It's
I say I eat once a day, people say, eat once a day. Yes, once a day. Yeah, once a
it's
day.
remarkable to see
Yeah,
and hear that,
yeah,
because yes, a lot of people find it very hard to actually
yeah.
deal with it. But the good thing about this is that you share the knowledge and you bring this expertise in these Zoom calls to share that knowledge.
That's what.
And that's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
beauty of this.
yeah,
And this is
yeah,
what
yeah.
is
That's
great about
fantastic.
it. Now,
Yeah, and
John, if there is someone out there who might
Mm,
be looking for this great community, or might be experiencing their own health issues, or something that
mm,
maybe they felt a bit uncomfortable or
mm,
not confident in
mm.
starting doing something, what message would you like to share to the person out there?
Well, anybody can contact me. I can share my number. Well, if they want to follow us on the Queen's on Zoom, yeah, if they want to pick up on a Zoom event, if they go onto Eventbrite and look for the Queen's Walking Group, and then they can and follow us, like, subscribe, comment, etc. Because that way, when we release, because we release a new Zoom every week, they'll get the instant notification. So that's one way to contact me. Another way to contact us is through the YouTube. Yes, if they look for Queen's 2020 Lockdown Zoom series, they'll find us on YouTube. Um, they can call me, just WhatsApp me, 07949 438 712. And if I don't know somebody, if I can't help, I'm bound to know somebody who can help. Yes, and you can find me, Joan Bailey, on Facebook. My business is actually called, I've got two businesses. One is We Like to Do Nice Things, which is the events business, but we're not doing no events at the moment. And we've got We Love Health and Wellbeing, and that's where the Queen's Walking Group, it sits under that umbrella. So yeah, we're there. We're there.
Amazing. Thank you so much for today. And it's an honor to have you here today and to
Now I'm
share
grateful to
your
you.
knowledge. No,
Yeah, grateful
that's
to
the
you.
thing about meeting people. You never know what this
Yeah,
person, will actually be,
yeah.
the goodness in your life
Mm.
or the best thing in your life. And to be honest with you, is that we have that in both sides. And that's
Yeah,
the greatness of this. We're helping community and we are
yeah,
there for the
yeah.
community and for ourselves.
That's right.
So,
Yeah, that's right.
John, would you like
That's
to
right.
share any last words today?
My last words are, we just right now, because of the times that we're in, it really is about love, compassion, caring for each other. When I go for my walks, I say morning to everybody. Some of them look at you think, but yeah. And then sometimes, they're so happy because you could be the one person that they see for the whole day that's spoken to them. Yeah. So it's really is about, we just got to be loving each other, loving our community, loving ourselves. Self-love is so important as well, you know, taking care of yourselves. And yeah, it really is about self-love, loving the community, helping each other where you can, support each other where you can, pick up that phone, try and ring 2 or 3 people a day just to say hi, how are you? And not the same old people that you speak to all the time. you know yeah, right now it's about, like I say to most people, we just got to be, on your platform. What you're doing, Barke, is absolutely phenomenal, fantastic. God bless you. You're doing amazing work, and it really is about all of us out there, and in a way we are all wrapping our arms around our community, and that's what it's about.
It is. But
Yeah.
also, the thing, John, is that the Black community, it's
Mm.
been going on because Black community, it doesn't have a lot of support, I would say. There's so much
Yeah,
poverty in that area that
yeah,
we need each other to
yeah,
actually bring up our
exactly,
Black community. We need to bring
exactly,
up our women and share
exactly.
this. And yes, the men too. But most
Yeah,
of the time, we have to show our queens and kings to be who
that's
they
right.
need to be. And this is
Yeah, and
how we're
yeah.
doing it.
Yeah, and that's why we exactly, you've hit the nail right on the head, and that's why, on my platform especially, I don't have like random people. I have people who've got like specialist knowledge,
Mm.
because we have a responsibility when we put these things on to ensure that the information that's coming out is of good quality.
Yes, exactly.
So, and it's amazing how many people contact me after and say, oh my gosh, Joan, I never knew this organization existed. I never knew. I'm gonna tell my sister, my brother, my whoever, because that's what it's about. We
Yes,
just need to, there's so much good stuff. within our community, but because we're so fragmented, you
Mm.
know, coming here, like our parents coming here to the UK, you know, we in ourselves, you know, we just concentrate on work, we don't really see each other, we don't really network enough.
Mm.
So we've got a lot of good stuff in our community. It's really to what I want to see when we come out of this pandemic,
Mm.
you know, I'm praying that we will be more connected.
Yes.
You know, I'm praying that we will be more connected. And that's what I like about the platform, the Zoom platform. I didn't realize it was so powerful because it's gone pan UK now, and it's
Yes.
actually gone outside the UK, which is fantastic. You know,
Exactly.
because to me, we are powerful people, but it's
Mhm.
because we're fragmented. But
Yes.
if we can connect up through different platforms, or you know, what's that used to be so powerful,
Yeah.
if we can connect at how, you know, I'm telling you, we're going to come out and, you know, I want to see some phenomenal events going on, you know, that we can come out and support each other at. And, you know,
Exactly.
if I know you're doing something, you know, we can publicize, you know,
Yeah.
there's so much stuff that we can do that's going to elevate our community and lift us up.
Yes, and this is where it's all started. I believe that what you said as well is that why sit down complaining when you
Yeah,
can
yeah,
actually have a good ideas and you can use it the
yeah,
way you did. You actually used your ideas rather than taking them to the grave, or rather than sitting down just complaining about this pandemic, what you've lost, but actually what you've gained so much, how many people you've touched around the world. You actually made that difference. I tell everyone, okay, what I've, or how many speaking gigs I've spoken with Zoom around
yeah,
the world in this pandemic. I wouldn't have
yeah.
done it if it wasn't a
You
real.
would exactly,
I wouldn't.
exactly. It's been phenomenal. So it's
Yes,
really about, you know, you've got to turn it around and
exactly.
take the positives out of life, you know. And like, there's no point me sitting here, like I said, you know, that's not going to help. I mean, I've got to learn how to go and do Mixcloud next, so that's another thing I've got to learn, you know. So it's just more and more things, but that's good.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's part of
yeah, that's
growth.
good.
You have
Part
to
of
change.
growth.
You have
Yeah,
to make a difference. You have to improve yourself for you to see
absolutely,
how much you
absolutely.
can grow. And that's
Yeah.
the best thing. And look at you, John. My goodness. You made a big, big things, big waves. Oh my goodness. The whole world
Oh,
is taking.
well, they need to. They need to. You know, we're powerful people.
We
You
are.
know, we're powerful people, and you know, there's so much. It's not. It's not. You know, there's this perception that drug dealing and youth are killing themselves and all. No, we're more than that. That's just a small fraction. You know,
It's
we've got some fantastic doctors and artists and designers and scientists. You know, goodwill ambassadors. We have it, and it's just to showcase them. You know, we have
exactly.
it.
Yes,
Yeah.
and we are proud to actually bring them together and do things together. And this is what we're doing. Joan, I am so happy. I am so glad. I am so honored to have you today. And you know what, Joan? I would love you to come back here again. Are you
Oh,
willing to
bless
join
you.
us?
Oh, bless you. Barke, anything for you, my queen. Anything for you, my queen.
Thank you, John.
It's an
Thank
honor.
you. You're beautiful
Oh,
soul.
oh,
You're
thank
amazing
you.
queen. Keep doing what you're doing. Let's nudge each other along. Let's move
Absolutely.
it along, and let's make this life, this world, a beautiful place
Better
for
place.
everyone.
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Thank you. And for
Oh, you're
everybody else out
welcome.
there, I am so happy. I don't know about you because I'm excited, okay? And don't worry, I will send all the information, how to get in contact with Joan in the description area. And I wish you all the best and have a great, amazing day or night or morning, wherever you are. And until we meet our next guest, take care and I will sure speak to you soon.